engine-type power ascender consists of an engine starting grid that starts the engine, carabiner grab module cover, a dual safety device, double friction brake rope guide, handle, brake release lever, throttle lever locker, and a primping pump that supplies gasoline to the engine at first time. First, the grab module cover lock lever is turned to the left to open the cover. When the grab module cover is opened, the grab module and double safety device will be located. Here, tighten the rope between the first rope guide and the second rope guide. Insert the rope into the grab module. And push the knife guide lock forward to raise the knife guide. Pass the rope through the groove. Lower the knife guide and allow the guide lock to be inserted into the hole. Pull to check if the guide lock is locked properly. Then, close cover and pull the rope up and make sure that the rope is caught in the grab module. When the user falls suddenly due to the mechanical damage of the grab module and reducer of the power ascender during use, the user must press the emergency brake button on the dual safety device, holding the rope when the emergency brake is activated, and automatically stop the falling. Turn the brake release screw here clockwise to release the brake on the rope to descend it. When the first ascending stops, the engine is switched off by pressing the stop engine button. And when descending, hang the rope on your side in the shape of S on the friction brake and hang it again. These methods are used when you need to descend quickly and should be used with care only for the skilled. If the weight of the load is over 80 kilograms, the rope can be applied to the friction brake in the form of an S and twisted into the friction brake, which can be safely descended. Before descending the brake lever in the release position, the user must apply the rope to the friction brake in the form of an S. Twist it one more time and hold the rope with the right hand. Next is releasing the brake. When the brake lever is pushed outwards, the user can use the rope to descend safely. And even when the brake is stopped, use a rope to stop completely and then push the lever to the top to lock the brake. This function is used if you need to use both hands due to prolonged ascending or many obstacles such as branches. If you start the engine and pull the throttle with your left hand, you will go up. At the same time, if you lower the locking lever down in the proper position, the lever will be inserted into the tooth groove of the throttle to secure it. Because the throttle is held in a pulled state, it automatically ascending without the user using hands. When a target point is reached, pull the throttle a little bit more or release the locking lever with the right hand and adjust the speed to stop. If the ascender has been stored for more than a week, it will not start easily even if you pull the engine start grip. If you look over the fuel inlet, there will be a transparent round tube primping pump. In most cases, the engine will not start because it is not well supplied with gasoline. If it is not full, you will have to press the tube several times to fill it up. If you pull the choke lever down to make the combustion work, the engine starts up 2 to 3 times. Preheat it for about 5 minutes and then position the choke lever at the proper point to prevent unnecessary gasoline consumption. Slowly pull the throttle while the engine is running to start the climb. With the engine running and reaching the destination, press the red stop button using your left hand for 1 second to stop the engine. For high-place works, use 2 ropes, main rope and secondary rope. The main rope must have an engine-type ascender, and the secondary rope must have a fall arrest device. There are several products in the fall arrest device. Let me briefly explain the ASAP of Petzl. First, disassemble ASAP and carabiners. ASAP is installed on the secondary rope and carabiner is mounted on the hull of the ASAP to check whether the ASAP moves up and down. Also, it must be checked whether the ASAP is locked immediately when the ASAP access is pulled down suddenly in this state. When locked, it does not come down. So the rotary valve is held with a thumb to move up and down and the lock is released. After checking ASAP's operation, start the engine ascender. Tighten the rope. Pull the throttle to move the ascender to the proper position. Hang the carabiner of the power ascender of the D-ring of the belly of the harness and hang the ASAP on the D-ring of the harness breast. In this case, pull the throttle of the power ascender to the position where the harness is pulled and the user can sit down. In this condition, place the ASAP on the shoulder and pull the throw tool to rise. When you reach your destination, press the red stop button for 1 second to turn off the engine. The method of descending using an engine-type ascender is a method of friction braking. Friction brakes are divided into upper and lower brakes. Tighten the rope once and then twist the brake. Hold the rope with your right hand, position the brake lever with your left hand, and release the rope slightly. Because the engine type ascender is stopped by the rope, hold the rope by hand, stop it completely, and then move the brake lever to the lock position. When ascending an engine type ascender, if the rotating shaft of the grab module or the reducer is broken inside of ascender, it will descend. In that state, the emergency stop button is pressed, and if it is descending, this is how the emergency brake is activated to hold the rope. Since users need to escape in this situation, you can use a carabiner by the half claw of hitch knot to descend, or if the grab module is normal, tighten the rope on the friction brake. In this condition, hold the rope with the left hand and turn the brake release lever clockwise to release the brake. And when the brakes are tight and difficult to release, use your both hands to release them more easily. As you can see, the brake is released and the rope can be used to descend safely. Throw tool fixings are used for long periods of time to use both hands as they go up. If you start the engine and pull the throttle with your left hand, you will go up. At the same time, if you lower the locking lever down in the proper position. When target point is reached, pull the throttle a little bit more, or release the locking lever with the right hand and adjust the speed to stop. I'll start the engine and show it to you.